Welcome back, Seven Nation, to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys some Wendy matches that I had in rank, and that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm also going to be commentating over them like usual, and well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Starting off, we have this match, which was against a Clerk, and the thing about Clerk is you want to, of course, try to keep your distance with her and break line of sight. Okay, so here I know she's recording prisoner, so I take my chance to drop the pallet because she won't be able to, do any recordings on me. And I set that up so that I could loop back around and do this with the short flow. Now she's going to have to either break the pallet or walk all the way around that. She chooses to break the pallet, and I've gotten a bit of distance and also broken line of sight. So that's really good for me. Then she chooses to change target. She comes back to me later on when I'm decoding the cipher, and I tried to bait her to swing at that pallet, but it didn't work. Anyways, I kind of run into her, but I make a short float really quickly and use it to get over the pallet because I knew she had a pallet break recording, and look, she used it right there. So if I didn't use that float of the pallet, I would have gotten down there. Now here I'm going upstairs so I can do this trick where you float off of a 2-story area and then double back if they drop down. And look how much distance that bought me, and she can't see me, so she won't be able to record me. And I drop down because I know she's going to change targets after that one. Now, this is a Naiad on Red Church, and the thing about Naiad is you, of course, want to keep your distance and just make sure you're paying attention to where she's throwing her harpoon and go out of the harpoon range. So here, I know she can connect that circle, so I stay out of the range, and look, she connects the circle. She drags back the harpoon, so I use my float to go through these windows here. And she goes around from this way, so I start making my way towards Graveyard. I drop this pallet, but she starts circling around me, so I take the chance to vault it. And I know she's going to try to water off the entirety of Graveyard, so I get ready making a tall float so I can float all over all of Graveyard and get away from her giant puddle she made. She throws her harpoon here and draws it back, but it's fine because I'm able to force 100 water and get the speed boost. The thing with Naiad is you never want to take a basic attack when you have a high amount of water, right? You always want to force that 100, or else you're going to be primed with your water, and as soon as she hits you, then she's just going to be able to water you again, and you're basically immediately dead. So you always want to try your best to force that 100 water, unless you're already half health, because then it doesn't really matter. Anyways, onto this Luchino match, or no, this might have been the Chang match. There were 2 big boat matches. I think this was the Chang one, yeah. Okay, anyways, so this Chang, I underestimated his hitbox, so I fail my floats there. I fail my floats a lot in these videos. Well, I guess she's still new, so I'm kind of also still learning her as well, but anyways, I get ready making another short float because I know Chang can just drop his umbrella at the bottom of here, so I decide to float, and look, he drops his umbrella down there, and I float away over here. And now here, I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to play mind games with me or something, and he tried to umbrella up to the platform, but he missed it, so then he has to call it back, and he actually tried to blink there. I heard him holding the blink noise, but he was nervous about missing it, I guess. So he teleports up, and I just use a high float because I don't want to risk vaulting and getting blinked on. I want to buy as much time as possible. Anyways, here he charge attacks, and so I assume he's going to blink, and I vault back over. Now, usually you do not want to blink predict, especially if you are full health. The reason is, there's multiple reasons. The first reason is if you fail the blink predict, they don't use their blink and you just assume they're going to use it, then they have their blink for later in the match, and your next kite will be immediately shortened because they'll be able to use that blink on you, or even they might be able to use it on the rescuer and stuff the rescue with it. So you always want to try and force the blink out and not blink predict. The other reason is because the hunter might not even have blink in the first place, right? Anyways, I get hit off this float here, so there's that. Not much to say about that one. That was just failure on my part. Anyways, I go back to factory because I know her giant puddle is going to evaporate soon, and I fail my thing once again. You can go through this, I just don't know why it didn't let me. I guess maybe there's like a particular way you have to do it, but I know 100% you can go through that opening. So I would say, like, if you want to do that trick yourself, just maybe practice it in customs. Don't be like me. Anyways, she waters off all of factory, so I get out of there. And I use my last bit of wind to make a pushback, because look there, right? Gotta push her back. That's one way you can counter Naiad too, as Wendy. Just use the pushbacks whenever she is getting out of her harpoon form, like there. Anyways, this match, now this was the Luchino match, okay? So this was a Luchino on Big Boat, and so you see how I waited at the corner there in both the Wu Chang match and the Luchino in the match? That is because those are the only two ways that hunters can come from, right? Big Boat and places like Big Boat and Hospital and a lot of other two-story areas are places where you can get easily mind-gamed. So you want to be patient and wait for the hunter to make the first move, or else you might end up accidentally walking into the hunter. Anyways, here I tried to make a pushback and throw it down the stairs, but it just evaporated, and I'm like 99% sure you can throw pushbacks down the stairs, so I honestly have zero clue why my thing just poofed away. Anyways, look, I almost ran into him there because he has peepers. I hate peepers. Usually you should always transition away from peepers, but I was being stupid. Anyways, here I used the high wind to make it out of Big Boat and away from the peeper. And now I have no item, so this is just raw kiting, but I'm kind of in a bad area, like shore is not that great of an area, and my kite ends here. Anyways, this is, I'm pretty sure, the last match, and it was a Geisha on Sacred Heart Hospital. Now, the thing about Geisha is her and Wendy can both counter each other, right? If Wendy uses her cloud, she can just dash, right? But if the Geisha dashes and then Wendy uses her cloud, then it counters the Geisha. So it's all just forcing the hunter to use their trait first. That's how it is for a lot of other characters, right? Most other distance making characters. You need to force the hunter to use their ability before you can use your ability. That's why it's so important to be able to raw kite and not completely rely on your ability, right? Because if you rely on your ability for the basic kiting and to kite a hunter when they have not used their skill yet, then you are going to do shorter kites. So raw kiting is so important because of that. Anyways, it's ruins, right? So I do a pretty decent kite. It's ruins, it's a Geisha. And so here I use my medium wind to go up here and onto the stairs, which is a really good spot, by the way, but you need to make sure you have medium height. Anyways, here I was worried she was going to dash over it, so I wasn't able to make distance, and I died.